you had a really bad experience during WCW's North Korea tour. Could you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, I did have a bad experience. All right, get a little hoarse here, but North Korea was an eye opening, brother. I had no idea what I was getting. None. When my societal and Tori walked up to me in the locker room and said, "Scott, after this we go to North Korea." I said, "Okay." I mean, I knew that it was a communist country. I didn't, I thought I'd be going to Russia or something. And man, I was wrong. But so, anyways, the episode that I had that was so even, today I should have been dead. They should, it just shouldn't have made it through this. I just got married. When I'm on the road, I stay in touch with my wife. I tried to call home for 3 days from North Korea. To make a phone call there was impossible. Excuse me. So, anyways, I'd have to go down to the basement to the operator and tell her the number, pay her, and then I'd run up. The elevators didn't work in this huge hotel in North Korea, which is probably the only hotel in North Korea. And I had to run 7 flights of stairs, and I could hear the phone ringing. And by the time I got to my phone, when I picked it up, dead. So I tried to go home for 3 days. Couldn't get home through. And all these Americans from the WCWs with us and everything. So finally, they let me call home. When I got to my room, I grabbed the phone and I got to my wife. I got to talk to her. She was so mad at me. She just started chewing my ass out. And like I was abusing our marriage. And I was out all night with the boys. I says, "Tammy, you do not understand what kind of shithole I'm in here." Boom, just like that, the phone goes blank. And I'm going, she hung up on me. $17 a minute. I've been running up and down these stairs for 3 days. I'm telling you, I tried 30 times. It was just, I was so pissed off. So I'm sitting there and I'm on my end of my bed. I'm going, what the F? And I finally get through. And all of a sudden, I get a pound and knock on my door. Boom, boom, boom. And when I answer the door, I'm ready to take this son of a bitch out on the other end because I'm pissed. Here's 4 guards with this dude, and they got guns. And they told me, they says, "Come with us." And I'm going, what the hell's going on here? And they took me out of the room, not by force, but they persuaded me by it. So the elevators worked. They just wouldn't let us use them. Down the elevator we went, right past that little operator room where I was trying to make these phone calls for all that time. And we went down this like a freaking tunnel. And they put me in a room. And I'm like, now I'm scared to death. And all of a sudden the door bangs open. And this guy comes in with these guards, and they're all armed, military people. And he looks at me, and I mean, if looks could kill, I was dead. And I'm just sitting there going, what have I gotten myself into here? I mean, nobody knows I'm down here. Nobody knows where I'm at. And I'm thinking, this is it. I'm dead. And if it wouldn't have been, I still believe this. If Muhammad Ali wasn't on that tour with us in Anoki, I'd be gone. especially after years later when that warm beer college student took a poster off the wall in a hotel room, which were on our walls in the hotel room, and they did what they did to that kid. They would have, I'd have been executed in public. It was, and I mean, I sat there and I seen what they did to that poor guy. I mean, they sent him back to America with all of his teeth pulled out of his mouth and just set him in his mouth and just placed him back where they're supposed to be. And he was brain dead. They beat him, they tortured him to death. And I mean, to get out of there with what, and it was just, I, I was, frightened for my life. And I'm trying not to be frightened too often.